Okay, this problem is from homework assignment 11B. It's number 11 on page 321. When I'm looking at this, once again, I notice that I have multiple functions here. I have cosecant, cotangent, and secant. So I am going to be writing things in terms of sines and cosines. The second thing I notice is that I have the product of two binomials. So I'm going to be multiplying this out. So you could either change it to sines and cosines first and then multiply, or you could multiply it out and then change to sines and cosines. It doesn't really matter. I think I'm going to go with multiplying first and then changing. So when I FOIL this out, I get cosecant of x times secant of x plus cosecant of x minus cotangent of x times secant of x minus cotangent of x. So that's just FOILing it out. So the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this all in terms of sines and cosines. So cosecant of x is 1 over sine of x. Secant of x is 1 over cosine of x. Then we are adding to that 1 over sine of x. And I'm going to rewrite cotangent of x as cosine of x over sine of x, and secant of x as 1 over cosine of x. Cotangent again is going to be written as cosine of x over sine of x. So to make things simpler, I'm going to kind of cancel as I go. What I'm noticing in this third term is that the cosine of x's cancel out. Okay, so rewriting this as 4 different terms, I have 1 over sine x cosine of x plus 1 over sine x minus 1 over sine x minus cosine of x over sine x. And what I'm noticing now is if I have plus 1 over sine of x minus 1 over sine of x, they cancel out. So now I'm just left with the first and the fourth term. I have to add these terms together. So in order to do that, I have to find a common denominator. The common denominator in this case is going to be sine x cosine of x. So I'm going to have to multiply this last term by cosine of x over cosine of x. So now I can combine these both and over my common denominator of sine x cosine of x. And so it's going to be 1 minus cosine of x squared. Well, 1 minus cosine of x squared, that's going to be a Pythagorean identity, and that's going to simplify to be sine squared of x over sine of x cosine of x. So what I'm noticing now is that I have a sine of x in the numerator and denominator that I can cancel. So this is going to simplify to be sine of x over cosine of x. Well, that's a definition relationship. I know that that is equal to tangent of x. I'm down to one function, so that is my final answer.